Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you've been struggling to get a personal loan up to $5,000, okay, and your bank won't loan you the money, all right, I'm going to tell you at least 5 to 7 different lenders that may be willing to work with you. I don't care if you have a high debt to income ratio or you may have bad credit, okay, because these lenders, that's what they specialize in. Now, please understand, for disclaimer, that with these lenders, they do charge a higher interest rate. But one of these lenders that I'm going to talk about, many of you all have did business with them before and never realized what they're able to do for you if you have bad credit, okay? So that being said, let's talk about some of these lenders. If you're using the loan app or the app on your phone trying to find different loans and stuff like that, the first one is Earnin, okay? And of course, with Earnin, they offer loans from $100 daily up to $750 per pay period, but it's no credit check, all right? Now, like I said, these loans, we're going to talk about loans going up to $5,000, so bear with me. Now, the way that Earnin possibly makes money is that you have the option to tip them. So if they give you a loan and stuff, you have an option to tip them up to $14, okay? Now, that's Earnin. Now, the second lender is Possible. Now, with Possible, they loan up to $500 with no credit check, okay? So it's not about your debt to income ratio. It's all about your pay stubs, being able to show to produce where your income is coming from, if you have the ability to pay it back, all right? So that would be the second one. Now, the third one is Uproad. Now, many of you have heard me talk about Uproad, and the reason I talk about Uproad is because Uproad being a tribal lender, okay? And I told you guys, with tribal lenders, they get their monies like from the casino and stuff like that. So when you go to Vegas or to the casino gambling and stuff, and you hit that slot machine or that blackjack table, you lose that money. Well, tribal lenders take that money and they reloan it out, okay? And their focus is not about the personal credit. It's all about your ability to make payments on time, okay? So that's what they're focused on. So it's not about your high debt to income ratio like many of your banks. Many of you have been banking with for a long time. You run into a hard spot, your car breaks down, you may need a new stove, or you need money for your kid or something like that, and your banks won't even help you, you know? So where do you go? Who do you turn to, right? So that's the reason I'm making this video, to at least give you some options. And like I said, unfortunately, the interest rates is much higher, but at the same time, when you're in a crunch and you can't go to friends and family to borrow the money, and you need somebody to work with you, then this may be your best option, all right? Now, the next lender we're talking about is Op Loans, all right? Now, with Op Loans, their loans go from $500 up to $4,000. All right. Now, for those of you that may have just recently came out of a bankruptcy, OpLoan is one of those lenders that's willing to work with you. Now, unfortunately, with OpLoan, they don't work with people. They don't lend in West Virginia, New York, District of Columbia. But at the same time, they are a lender that many of you all should check out, again, if you're struggling. Now, let me talk about this elephant in the room in terms of one of the lenders that many of you all have been going to, but don't realize that you can actually borrow money with no credit check, okay? And with some of them, they offer up to $5,000, all right? And that's your credit unions. That's right, your credit unions. Many of you belong to credit unions. Now, most of the time, with credit unions' criteria is to have direct deposits, okay, and to at least be with them for at least 60 to 90 days. But their loans can go from $100 up to $5,000 depending on the credit union. Now I know with Navy Federal, they have like overdraft protection, and that's another option for some people. Hey, if you in a crunch and you have overdraft protection on your bank account, that may be an option for you. You know, and like now with some banks and stuff, they will waive your fees if you do an overdraft. All right, so there's options out there for you. Some of them may not give you the large amounts of money you need, but at the same time, you in a crunch, you may, like I said, you may have a flat tire or something just may happen. You may need to help a family or a friend, and the only thing you can do is say, hey, let me see if some of these people can help me. That way I can help you. Situation. Like I said, the interest rate may not be the best, but at the same time, if it's able to help you out of that emergency situation or whatever, hey, you got to do what you got to do. All right. Now, the next lender we're talking about is IndyLand. Now with IndyLand, again, another tribal lender. They loan up to $5,000. So they're not worried about the personal credit. They're just making sure that you have enough income to repay back the loan. Now let me digress on something right quick. So many of you all know, with some lenders, unfortunately, that are out in the market that's loaning money and stuff, they may not do credit checks, okay, or hard credit checks. They may do a soft pull, but what they may be doing a soft pull loan, they may be checking like the third party credit bureaus. And so with your third party credit bureaus would be like Clarity, which is owned by Experian, or DataX, which is owned by Equifax, or they may be looking at Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion. Now, with this lender that I'm about to tell you about, again, their loans up to $5,000. The interest rates, again, is very high, but hey, they're out of Texas. It's Rise Credit, okay? And for some of you all that may have had experience with some of these lenders, put it in the comment. Let me know, what did you think about it? What did they give you a hard time? You know, like I said, for these lenders here, I've been really digging, trying to find lenders that are flexible enough to work with you. All right, getting back to Rise Credit. All right, so with Rise Credit, they loan from $300 up to $5,000. Now, again, they may check your Experian, TransUnion, or your Clarity. All right, but at the same time, it's all about if you have the ability to make your regular payments. And for most of these lenders, they may have the option where they're giving you up to maybe 2 years, 2 to 4 years to pay these loans back. All right, so yeah, the interest rate is high, but at the same time, they're trying to spread it out. But one of the things about it, I'll tell you another thing you can do. If you're working a job, okay, one of the things that I would definitely encourage you to do this time of year, the beginning of the year, I would reach out to my HR department and see, can I file exempt for about 3 or 4 months to get some extra income coming in to help me pay some of these bills. It's after the holiday and stuff like that, you know, and you need some extra money. So I would reach out to the HR department and see if they can allow me to file exempt so I won't pay any taxes for the next 3 or 4 months. That way I can get a bump up in income to help me catch up on some bills. All right, so this is Houston with three-way funding. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you're using the loan app and you're trying to find money, these are probably the best resources. So don't forget to check your credit unions, guys, because they probably will have the best option for you if you need less than $5,000. All right, so this is Houston. If you have questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.